Wow, I want to kind of talk about working in this environment. I'm outside in my backyard right now, and just whew, gosh, I don't even know why I'm doing this video outside. So it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it is still over 100 degrees here in Texas, and it's absolutely horrific. And it's changed the way that we're doing business. It's changed the way that the Junk Guys does business, and I know a lot of junk removal services. It's changing the way that you do business also. So you I haven't posted a lot, and I gave a reason for that last week. The reason is my cameras are always heating up. Every one of my cameras have heated up in the last few weeks, right? Ever since it's been over 100 degrees, all my cameras have tended to just heat up, and they turn off in the middle of recording, and I leave them on the dash or I leave them on the seat. It doesn't matter where I leave them. Of course, I don't leave them on the dash, but it doesn't matter where I leave these cameras, they have overheated, and it's really causing my editing and my recording very, very difficult, because half the time they're half-assed videos. But let me explain what I've done with my junk removal service, because usually I would get up around 9 o'clock and go knock out the first job around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then work until 5 or 6. But we're not even doing that anymore. I'm waking up at about 6 a.m. in the morning, and I'm getting to the first job at 7, and I'm working for about 7 to about 11 every morning. And that's it. I'm really not doing much. Every once in a while, I'll throw some trash inside the dumpster on my property, but I'm really working from about 7 o'clock in the morning to 11, maybe 12 sometimes, but then I go straight home. So I'm knocking out a majority of my jobs early in the morning because this weather is so overwhelming. It is one of the worst just heat waves that hit Texas in the last few years. I mean, I saw someone text me something that it was 115 in their car, and it's been 105 for the last 2 weeks every single day. I'm going to tell you, climate change has really made a huge difference in the way that we're working these days. So a lot of people need to be careful on what they're doing on a daily basis out there in junk removal. But I had a customer that calls me and says, hey, can you remove my fridge? And everybody knows I charge $45 for fridge removal. And he's like, can you come and pick up my fridge tomorrow around 3:30, after 3, but between 3 and 5. And I'm like, no, sir, I can't. If you want to leave it outside, I'll pick it up tomorrow morning. And he's like, well, you don't work those hours. I said, sir, do you work those hours outside? Because I'm not going to. I'm not going to go across town, first of all, and pick up a fridge for $45 in this heat wave. It's just not going to happen. And there's been a lot of circumstances in most of my junk removals. I have a hot tub that the lady said, can I be there after 4? Well, I'm going to tell you something. From 4 o'clock to about 7:30, it is still over 100 degrees. You have to physically wait until 8 o'clock. And I haven't told a lot of people, but I am moving my headquarters. I have a new headquarters here in Dallas. I moved about maybe a quarter mile from my original headquarters. And I know a lot of people don't have headquarters in junk removal, but I have a big headquarters. I put all my trucks, I put all my trailers there, I put all my dumpsters. All my equipment is located at my headquarters. And I only work at my headquarters after 8 o'clock. So I'll leave Fort Worth and drive all the way to Dallas, and it'll take me about 35, 45 minutes in traffic, maybe an hour. I'll drive all the way straight down there let me tell you, just because I want to work on my property, my new property. And right now we painted it. It's looking great. I'll introduce it to the channel pretty soon. I think hopefully next week I'll get to introduce it to the channel. But overall, junk removal is really a hard thing to do in these weather conditions. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm sitting in front of my pool, right? And I've never seen so many hornets. They jump in the pool. And these hornets are jumping in the pool like left and right. They're all over the pool. And I don't use the pool much. My wife loves being in the pool. But, man, I'm going to tell you, there's hornets laying out in my pool. And I see them. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. There's like one here. There's one over there. And I mean, you can't really see them on the phone, but I'll just point it out. They're there, man. They're there. They're there in the pool. Bro, I want to kill them all. That's the thing. Y'all have to be careful. When you're out there doing junk removal, sometimes it's not worth it. This year, I have been subcontracting so many of my jobs, just because I don't want to drive there at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon because it gets too hot out there. So I've been subcontracting a lot of jobs to Herrera Hauling out of Fort Worth, MJD, Jamon. I even gave some to Brandon. And of course, my son's been working left and right. And my son says, Dad, I'm doing all my jobs at night. It's like we have a night junk removal service. So it's like a new thing in Frisco, Texas. We only service after 7:30 or 8 o'clock in Frisco. It's kind of funny, but it works for my son because he's a firefighter and he's a part-time firefighter. And he gets off of work after like 5 o'clock. And it's okay for him because he'll go and do the jobs at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. It's not a big problem for him. So, hey, it's fine with him. It's fine with me. As long as the service is given done and JunkGuys is representing it. By the way, guys, I want to mention something else. We just recently opened JunkGuys Nashville. So if you get a chance, www.checkout JunkGuysNashville.com and JunkGuys RGV, which stands for Rio Grande Valley. Oh, honestly, it's called JunkGuys RioGrandeValley.com. That's coming out pretty soon, but check out JunkGuysNashville.com. It's a great looking website. If you want to learn how to build a website and you want to learn some information about website building, check out the website. It's very, we did a microscopic kind of examination of all the other websites, and we made an awesome website using just so much knowledge that we have. And it's one of the best websites I've probably ever built. Honestly, it is the best website I've ever built. RGV, Rio Grande Valley, and JunkGuys Nashville website is awesome. Totally awesome. I think y'all will absolutely love it. So check it out, guys. But stay out of this weather because it will absolutely murder you. Bye-bye, guys.